Hi Collective, welcome back to Pearl Snap Tarot. Make it snappy. Oh, my knee just tweaked and hurt. Oh my God, okay. As you can see, I'm still recovering from a lot of things. I have been so badly oppressed in my life. It's shocking. And that's why I slowed down on my content creation, because I started truly understanding and appreciating the depth of the crimes that have been committed against me in my lifetime, okay? I don't think there's a shadow of a doubt left in my mind that I am one of these people who is a child of a Masonic family that wars on each other, trying to steal money and trust funds and stuff. And I was severely scapegoated all my life, severely. I literally was not allowed to have a personal life. And I do believe I am a survivor of the original. I'm an original MKU grad. I'm an alumna. I'm one of the originals. Okay. I'm like one of those people that got off the spaceship at the end of that movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. You know, there's so many things in that movie I relate to, including especially Richard Dreyfuss's character. Because remember, he kept saying, "Who the hell are you people?" You know, or "What the hell is going on?" You know, and there were a whole bunch of people in that movie who were seized by like intuitive visions, and then set off on a journey to find out what was going on. I feel like one of those people in that movie, man. Ooh. Anyway, so most of my energy right now is going into self-care, because I recognize how much I need to do that and how beneficial it is to me. I have received terrible medical care since I came here. I had a knee injury right after I came here 7 years ago. It was never treated properly. And believe it or not, the orthopedic doctor they sent me to, I kid you not, every time I went into an appointment there, and I only was going there because I wanted a knee injection. I just wanted a cortisone injection in my knee. That's all I wanted. This guy wouldn't give me one. He wouldn't give me one. And every time I walked into his office, he called me, I kid you not, this guy called me Beelzebub. And every time I was like, what the hell? I never said anything. I just sat there and looked at him like, okay, what the hell? You know, I thought, what in the F is this guy calling me that for? And he had a male nurse who came in with him that heard it every time he said it. Anyway, I think it's evidence of this whole, ring that operates here in this town. They're all Satanists. There's all these covens that are linked up all over town. Anyway, they're the ones they're responsible for hiding me in here, lying about me being alive, stealing my mail, all that. Okay. It's people abusing their positions of authority. And they have been trying to, ruin my life. Literally. Systematically. What is it called when a group of people gets together and they discuss or set intentions, to do spell work on moon days to come against you? That's a premeditated conspiracy, okay? And if they're planning to do things to you that are illegal, the criminal charges for that are much greater, and so are the penalties. So I have not been able to, I've been afraid to report this because of who I believe has been doing it to me. So I just wanted to share this with you. God gave me a little present. God gave me a present. He put me on jury duty. And, so now I'm in the sausage factory, okay? On the very first day of being there, one of these people in a coven that's been gang stalking me came into the courtroom to put some papers down on one of the lawyers' desks. Now, I already knew this person worked at the courthouse. I already suspected this person of being mixed up in this. But I don't want to make any accusations or say who it is, So during the voir dire, or the jury selection, okay, we were asked all kinds of questions. And the case was a domestic violence case. And one of the questions to the jury is, do you think you could be objective about a policeman's testimony? Would you believe the police, or who would have a problem believing police? So, you're under oath. So I raised my hand and I said, why? First, the lady in front of me said, oh, I'm a therapist here, and I believe everything the police say, anything, everything, and I have total trust in the police. She was just a dinger, and this is somebody who has a lot of patience out there in the so-called mental health industry. But at least she was honest, and she said, no, I can't be objective. So... But, I think, she also said, I'm missing out on a lot of business right now. So she didn't want to be there. She wanted to be back at her office. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Then it was my turn to say why. And I said, I've been stalked and harassed for 4 solid years here, and I have no confidence in law enforcement. Boy... And a few other people had made comments, too, in the courtroom, indicating that, the case was one of domestic violence. It included battery, okay? That's physical beating. And several people in the jury talked about that they knew, or they recognized that domestic violence included mental manipulation and mental abuse. And they kept telling these people to sit down. Like, okay, but this is a battery case, so that's not relevant, so you can just sit down, But it became clear to everyone in the courtroom that people are really understanding more and more this weird psychological and physical abuse thing that's just, it's like evil spirits going around and around in the community, in the bodies of all these different people that get used, like all these creeps are out there abusing people. There's a very high domestic violence rate in New Mexico and in this community. I know that. So that's a fact. And there aren't very good resources. They say there are, but there aren't. And I know that as someone who's been out there looking for them, and they don't have a homeless shelter either. Okay. And there are very high-vis homeless people on the streets here. And it's disgusting that this town doesn't take better care of these people. It disgusts me, okay? Anyway, so God sent me down there to the courthouse to say a few things. And put me under oath, so I'd have to say them to a few choice people. Okay. Then I made an off-the-record statement because the part of that voir dire question was, if you have anything else that you feel you shouldn't discuss, that you need to discuss privately, please stay behind and tell the judge. So I did. That's when I told him about the person who'd come into the courtroom. They ordered me not to say anything to anyone else on the jury. They did not order me not to say anything to anyone outside the jury. I might have to edit some of this shit out later. I might have to edit this out carefully. But I want to tell you what's going on because it's really interesting and it's really germane to what we discuss as, you know, these groups of covens and these occult practitioners and these Harry Potter nincompoops that are out there doing premeditated conspiracies of crime to other people, you know? This has got to be exposed. It just does. So anyway, the judge said that really isn't pertinent to this case. But someone then told me, and it might have been a deputy that was in the courtroom at the time, they told me to go report whatever the problem was to one of the deputies. And they gave me a name after we were dismissed. So I did. I went down to where they were. I said, I'm looking for so-and-so. The judge told me to tell him, to talk to him about what I've been going through. And so it took a minute, but that person wasn't there. And it was really interesting because when I showed up and started asking for them, guess who was on the phone with the other guys who were there? That same person was when I showed up. So somebody was told by him to take me aside and get a statement, and I did. I made a statement. And about halfway through it, I realized that the guy had a body cam on. It was aimed right in my face, and my face was right in his body cam. And I said, are you recording this? He said, oh, yeah, we have to record everything. And I said, oh, good. So I made a recorded off-the-record statement. Okay, now somebody's got to look at that. I don't believe that deputies can unilaterally edit their body cam video. I don't think they can. And so someone, I think, higher up than him would be reviewing that. And some of the shit I said to him was just the bomb, man. So I thought about it afterwards and I thought, this ought to finally get the ball rolling. Because I was calm all the way through giving my statement, but at the end, I let my fire leak out. I said, this is outrageous, what's been going on. And I bared my teeth like that at him. I let it show. But before I did, I said a bunch of stuff that made all kinds of sense and that should have set off alarm bells. And he gave himself away partway through. He was trying to act like he didn't know anything about the person who worked at the courthouse. And, but then he slipped and made a remark that let me know he knew all about her. My suspicion is whoever had to review that video already knew about some of this crap. Either they were part of it or not, but even if they were, it was even worse for them. They're all like scrambling like, oh my God. Or I'm hoping they went, it's time we fucking clean this mess up. Because I think some of them knew, but they couldn't or wouldn't say because of this, brotherhood, thin blue line shit. Some of these people will kill their own family to be loyal to the brotherhood. And that's what this is all about. It's really what it's all about. And it was about a bunch of them setting intentions to kill and ruin the life of someone who never hurt anyone. I never hurt anyone. Well, that is my truth, and I am sticking to it. I never hurt anyone in this damn town, Ever since I came here 7 years ago, I've been attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked until all I wanted to do was stay inside and go like this, you know? And when I was out there in the world, I didn't show it. So these people went harder and harder and harder on me because I was surviving and they didn't kill me. Then they had to come back again. They tried to blow up my car. They poisoned me, okay? This person who worked at the courthouse the very first year I lived here never came to, lives 2 doors down from me, never came to introduce themselves to me, ever. They were never friendly to me. Just one day when I was walking past their front door, I heard this voice call out to me, can I bring you a holiday plate? It was a holiday. I don't remember which one. Thanksgiving or Christmas? I can't remember. But obviously that person knew I lived alone. They knew I had no family. How did she know I had no family? She seemed to know that I was utterly alone. How did she know that? She said, can I bring you a holiday plate? And immediately, a big fat red flag went down in my mind. I thought, ooh, what is she up to? And I looked at her and I said, well, you know, I have special dietary needs, but that's very kind of you. Thank you. But no thank you. Happy holidays, I said, and I kept going. But I thought, what is she up to? It crossed my mind right then that this person might be looking for an opportunity to poison me. And the same person was participating in the obvious stalking and harassment. It was so obvious. You know, like every time I left my house, she would leave her house and other people would leave and get in their cars and drive off when I did. And then when I come back, they all come back, you know. And on moon magic days, they all wear the colors. It took me, that was one of the first things I started noticing that woke me up is, who are all these people wearing black and white? And red and blue. And black and white and red and blue. And black and red. And just black, or black and pink. What are they doing? Is this some kind of signaling? This is weird. So I started dressing like them. And I turned into, excuse me, I'm still scratching red ant bites. I turned into the hermit. I turned into, you know, Pearl Snap psychic investigator at that time. That's when I turned into that person. And I hadn't yet launched my channel either. I was just, for that period, I was determined to find out, who are these people? What are they doing? What are they up to? Because I had a strong intuition that they were up to no good. And every time I went up to Truth or Consequences to take a hot spring, little overnight, I would see them everywhere there. They were all over the place in Truth or Consequences. Herds of them, especially frequenting a coffee shop up there. And so every time I went there, I would put on something black and white, go sit there calmly in the coffee shop and watch what was going on. So I was hoping for two things: to figure out what was going on and for them to think I was one of them so that they would start sharing things with me. They never did. They never did. The only person who kind of ever, you know, I mean, I started noticing that some of them were fooled, definitely. Definitely. Because I was really quiet and I didn't know anyone there. I didn't know anyone. I didn't belong to any of their groups. And I think some of them were side-eyeing me like, who is she, you know? They weren't sure who I was, you know. But one day when I went there and I ordered my usual favorite stuff there, and I'm going to tell you, that place is a kick-ass damn bakery. They make the best pastries It's a real treat to go there. And really good coffee, drinks, and stuff. So I ordered my usual favorite thing, and I said, thank you. And she goes, I like your style. She goes, I like your style. So, and I knew all these people were ditches. I knew they were all in covens. I just knew. By that time, I knew. But you know how I found out? This is really interesting. I started going to these car shows. And I attended in 2018 or 19, I went to a big car show at the Veterans home there. They have like a VA home there in that town. And they had a huge car show on the grounds. And when I walked in there, every single person there was wearing the colors. And I went, aha, okay. And I'd been reading all about Masons and witchcraft and all that. And it all came together and clicked in one big download. These are witches. These people who dress in black and white and blue and red and everything. They're witches. Okay. These are the secret societies that do black magic and all that shit. Okay. And they never, ever, ever talk about it to anyone. They do not talk. It's a secret society. Okay? But I knew. This is how I found out. And I showed up myself wearing black and red. Black pants and a bright, almost day-glow red sweatshirt that says Paris on it. And one of those white magician fedoras with the black ribbon around it. Like, I knew what I was doing, even though I didn't. And I'll never forget, the Grand Master female there, the big witch, who was parading around wearing her little 1950s black and red poodle skirt outfit, happened to pass by me and side-eyed me too and went, oh, hi, like that. Like, who are you? Like, she recognized that I also was someone like her. She recognized that. And I started recognizing I'm one of these people. Because I knew that I was from a family of Masons. So, obviously someone at some point, somebody wiped me clean, right? And they can do that when you're one of these MKU graduates. They can erase you. They even have an organization for erased older women. It's called the Red Hat Society. I do not consent to being erased and having someone manipulate me into a different personality so that they can avoid, going to prison or whatever. I do not consent. Okay? I'm going to make that clear in this video. You're not doing that to me. You're not doing that to me. I revoked that soul contract because it was done to me in the first place without my knowledge or permission. And I feel certain about that. Now, these are things that I don't know if you can talk about them or not in a courtroom these days. But you can petition what people call the spiritual court about it. All right, I've got some decks out here. Now let's go. Let's go. Spirit, what do you have to tell the collective about these people that there are probably people like that in my collective too, who were abused in their earlier lives, who were put into these positions of being scapegoats, had their lives taken away from them. I've been waiting all my life to get a life, collective. I wasn't allowed to date or get married or anything. These people did that to me. They sterilized me surreptitiously when I was in my 20s, and I didn't realize it till years and years later. These people bullied me into the ground. They buried me alive down here. They've been lying about where I am. Shocking crimes have been committed against me. And I mean that. If my story ever gets out, it's going to rock the world, collective. All right. And maybe yours will too. Whatever happened to us, I believe it's our ticket into the new earth. We may have been going through an initiation, and when they say they want someone like you, it might mean they want somebody who's a fucking good person for a change, in charge of things. All right. Getting ahead of myself here. What messages do you have for the collective about this whole MKU mess? The moon. Okay, look, it's all a big, big secret. And I'm getting from this that, yeah, I mean, you know, somebody, Wooey's been talking a lot about things going on the moon. Maybe they're right, you know, is it some kind of big Star Wars Death Star, you know, spaceship that's parked off the earth from where these things do experiments on us? Who's seen the movie Dark City? Ooh, okay, what else? All right, this is your ticket out. I just said that. Okay, going through this initiation opens doors for you. It does. This is the Four of Wands card. This is the 1111 card, and this is P Snap's birthday, okay? You saw me, I've been shuffling, I pulled it off the top of the deck. It's a fresh start for someone. Wow, okay, so the first three cards out is, I think this is secrets revealed, leading to your liberation. It's more like liberation after this long, long, long ass. What's lifetime for me? I'm 66. These people have been scapegoating me for 60 fucking 6 years with impunity. This has been a long time coming. God, you really can't make this stuff up, collective. All right, let's pull another one off the top. The star. We're a star seed and we know it. And they knew it too. Okay. They've just been experimenting on you. They knew you were one. I swear. I did not. This is a spontaneous reading. Do you like my manicure? This is a magician manicure. Have I shown you some of my the homemade magic wands I make? Let me just get those for you, collective. Hang on a second. I want to show you some of the handmade magic wands I make, and I never use them. They're homemade, tongue-in-cheek. You know, after I figured out that a bunch of weird-ass people were doing, black magic on me, I made a bunch of joke wands. It's kind of shaped like a gun even. Look at, check this one out. On the end there is a Tibetan crystal. Allegedly, it's from Tibet, but it's like a black rutilated quartz. It has this little crystal nubbin that comes out. Can you see that? and then I collect my own branches, and then I paint them, and I make the tassels and all that. It's completely handmade. This wand, I was trying to sell these wands at one time, but I don't think I should. I don't think I should sell these wands because some abuser might try to use it and use my energy or something when they use it. Okay, here's some more of them. You've seen some of these in my videos, though. Here's a cute little one with a little red boop pom-pom on the end. And let's see, what else do we have here? See, I make these, and they make them very tongue-in-cheek. This one doesn't even have anything on the end. It might have broken off or something, or maybe I wasn't finished with it. But there's one. What else do we have? Here's another one. Oh, this is one of my favorites, this little pink one. I really like this one. And occasionally I use them in my videos to point to cards and stuff. That's about all I ever use them for. This one's really sweet too and cute. They're like little fairy wands that I make. All right, you think I'm crazy, do you? Okay, this one has 2 pom-poms on the end. Aren't they cute? I had so much fun making these. Oh, this was probably the first one I ever made. And it has a crystal glued to the end, you know. This one's not very big, really. And then here's a crazy one. Woo! Okay, and what else? Let's see. And that's about it. Oh, here, this one's a hobo wand. This is a hobo wand. It has, I didn't paint the twig at all, and I glued a rusty bottle cap to the end. It's a hobo wand. Okay, so those are just that's the creative activity that I do, and it's alchemical because I transformed things. And what reasonable adult spends time doing? Like, this took hours to make. What reasonable adult does shit like that? I'm not reasonable at all. I mean, I'm perfectly reasonable. Yet, I spend my time doing this kind of stuff, you know. That's what it means to be an artist. I talked about that in my last video, about playing, and then I did that reading about how the artist loses their inhibitions when they play, when they get in that play mode. And you start forgetting it. You forget about all the judgment of others that you were worried about because you get into making this thing, whatever it is. And you get excited in the moment of creating something. That's my essence. That is the essence of, that's what I'm made of, okay? That's my big crime, okay? And I'm in here doing this kind of thing, making these little things, and there's people out there trying to kill me. What? I said in the last reading, who's the real magician? Will the real magician stand up? Please? When I stood in front of that deputy and I pulled all the pieces together, snap, 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 boom, okay, boom, that's boom. All right, what's the next card? I wouldn't be surprised if the tower comes off of here in a minute. I wouldn't be at all surprised if the tower comes off here. Let's see what happens. God. Oh, I just heard directive to get my index cards. Oh boy, uh-oh, okay. Okay, well, the Knight of Swords, okay, well that's, all right, so something took off. And it might have even been something legal. What I got after I came home and thought about the ramifications of what I had said, I imagined that those people, if they had anything to do with it, or if they knew, they're going to have to go into action now to make it right, because I think they're all aware that it isn't leaking out from just me now. I'm pretty sure there's angels, ancestors, and spirit guides have been in this town watching. And they know who's done what. And I think now a lot of these people have felt the heat, I think, already. So that was probably just like it was a starting gun. Boom, you're off. Everybody scrambled, I think. I think so. I think everybody started scrambling around. Oh. I'm getting skullduggery, man. Ooh. Some backstabbing probably went on. As people might have gone and told what they know. Yeah. Okay, enter me on jury duty to wrap it all up at the very end of the cycle. All right, who's the real magician? All right, okay. Ba 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 ba. Pew 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 pew. Okay, that's all right. Let's get the index cards out. Hang on. Oh, this thing's getting heavy, but I've made a few more. Look at that. Wow. I don't know how many are in there now. It's got to be like 1,000 or something at least. I don't know. I'm thinking there's probably more than that in there. Okay, it's all right. Seeing is believing, as Spiritual Gangster says. And by the way, there's 2 channels named that, and I like them both. And okay, to you gentlemen out there, I like both of your channels. Anyway, and thank you for your wisdom, for sharing your wisdom with the collective. I very much appreciate your gifts. Okay. By the way, we also have out here on the table, we are working tonight with the cosmic egg. You've seen this before, I think, but we have had this for a long, long time. We acquired this long, long ago in Los Angeles when we lived there. And we were, at that time, I was hanging out with a really whack group of other starseeds and probably alphabet people, unknowns to me. And we were going to these trance channelings. This is way back in the 1980s. I was doing stuff like that. Then one of the people had an old station wagon, like from the 1960s or something, and he called it the Astral Traveler. So I remember that was back when I was allowed to have a few friends. When I lived in LA, I was allowed to have some friends. Okay, I'm gonna put this, let me see. I guess I'll put this in my lap and I'll just pull out some cards and lay them on the table. That's what we'll do. Okay. Let me see. Don't hide my ugly knees. Okay. All right, we gonna pull them out. Let me get them here so you can see me pulling them out. I don't want you to think I'm... Okay, first thing out is going to be sativa. Okay. Sativa. Ooh, all right. Next. When we all upgrade to telepathic, there will be no need to vote. That's interesting. Okay. Need more info. Inversion is an indicator of Satanism. Yeah. See, that's kind of an upside down star or the goat head, you know. Anything that's upside down or backwards or whatever, those are the principles of Satanism, including gender inversion, by the way. Something about February. Okay. Oh boy. UFOs, military. Okay, so, you know, okay, something is either going to come out in February or it already came out last February about this, UFOs and military. And I think it might also be related to this, because we already know that there's a lot of this going on in here, okay? We know that. Okay, so, I watch, I Have No Cut Cards Tarot, and she's been talking a lot about these people on the U.S. government payroll that are spiritual practitioners. They get paid to do dark arts magic on people, targeted people. So possibly maybe we're going to find out about that in February. I don't know. Now, I'm thinking February, okay, now listen, February is the time, and traditionally after a new president has been installed, I think that's around when the State of the Union address is delivered. And maybe they're going to talk about this there. Maybe. Yeah, I think there's been an investigation, because that's what this need more info is. There's been an investigation about this crap. Yeah. And also this. You know, this is coming. This is coming. I don't think this election is going to be like this, but in the new earth, I think it is. We're not going to even need to vote. We are going to select our leader by means of unanimous thought projections or something. So I'm not sure why this is here. I'm not sure why this is here, but it might have something to do with the medical marijuana industry or the recreational marijuana industry here in town. Okay, I've been a consumer of that a little bit, and I have to tell you that every time I did, I got varying degrees of neuralgia showing up, and I think it's from pesticide on it. I don't think they have a good enough system of reporting when you get bad pot. And of course, you can't test your own. Oh, no, not you, citizen. No, you know. I also noticed that at the place where I was buying it, when you buy, this needs to be talked about. When you purchase recreational product, okay, you didn't come there with a prescription or anything, okay? It's kind of like buying beer at the grocery store. You just show your ID and you can buy it if you're old enough. And that's how it should be, right? Here, that's how it should be with these recreational products. And I started noticing discrepancies between the way different establishments were doing things, okay? The first thing I noticed was this place that's supposed to be the best quality in town and everything. I went there for a while, and I couldn't help but notice, even though I don't have a prescription and I'm not a medical user, I always had to get my product from someone in a back room, and it always had my name on a label, okay? And I never questioned that, because I hadn't been to any other places to see how they were doing it. But finally it got so that I decided to try some other places, because all of a sudden the competition got really stiff. all these places opened, and they were all, they were forced into a price war. And so everything got inexpensive, and I started going around seeing what deals people had, And so I went in this other place where I started going there regularly because they were nice to me, and I was happy with what I was getting there. And then I started realizing that whenever I bought anything there recreational, it was right out in the front, and they took it off a shelf, and it didn't have they didn't put a label on it with my name. And so it hit me, are these people at this other shop targeting me? Do they have some special product in the back room that has shit on it that gives you neuralgia in your feet? Just for me when I come in? Because one of the times I came in there, the person that was selling it to me, it was obvious that something came up on his terminal when he was ringing me up, and he stopped and was reading it for a long time. And I was like, is there a problem? Oh, no, there's not any problem, But I think he was getting flagged. And I think they were giving me bad product. I really do. This place pretends to be really pure, like they can really improve your life, okay? So I talked to the people at this other place where I was going, and these are serious issues, okay? People are spending money on this, and they're getting poisoned. Our bad state leadership rammed that thing into here. And we have things going on, like we have some rogue Chinese national in the state that's setting up these huge grows that are illegal and treating the people who work there like slaves, not paying them, like not letting them go off the property where they're working. And these people just escape. They let them go. They're not being investigated, prosecuted, punished, or anything for what they're doing, including making indentured slaves out of their employees. Where are the people, are the people in Santa Fe thinking? What the hell, okay? They rammed this big industry into the state just for profit, okay? And also, I think, so they can have a way to hurt people secretly. I think so! Maybe people like me who are on some list they never should have been on. Okay. What else? All right, road trip. All right, some of these people are just going to take off. That's what I think. In 1 year, okay, I'm hearing in 1 year, most of these people are not going to be with us anymore. Oh, your situation will not last forever. This too shall pass. Give it to God. Okay. All right, this craziness is not going to last forever. I just pulled the world card a minute ago because because this too shall pass. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. Things are changing when you talk about this shift we're in, okay? Oh, look. Ooh. We're in a timeline transmutation. We gotta change it. Ooh, this is cool. Okay, look, that sun, Lionsgate. Okay, we just did that, didn't we? Okay, what's behind this? 2 came out. Let me show you. Okay, so I just got, we starseeds are just, hey, you're just getting started. Okay, let me show you. What else, Spirit? I want this blue one. Look. God is your refuge, collective. This is the difference between you and them. Your faith. You stand on your faith. You stand on faith, collective. Oh, look. These phony influencers stand on their damn high heels. All these fake Jezebels. One of the people on jury, one of that questions in one of the other voir dires was, has anyone here ever had an ankle injury? Raise your hand. It was a civil case. Someone was suing a retailer for, I don't know, slipping and falling or something. And one of the people that raised their hand talked about it. I had a terrible ankle injury. And the lawyer said, well, how did you do that? She said, I fell off a pair of shoes. Okay. Oh, look what else came out. Contracts require consent. You saw how angry I was a minute ago. I said, this shit was done to me without my knowledge or consent. So we're going to see new laws happen that, around this weird government-sanctioned dark arts magic practice. We're going to see new laws around that. We're also going to see the way these people are prosecuted change. Okay, I want to talk about that. First of all, we're going to have this criteria that I'm talking about included in investigations, okay? You can't have a proper investigation in this state unless you find out, was this person in a coven? That should be part of every goddamn crime investigation in this state every time there's an investigation. That's one of the points that needs to be looked at, okay? And these people think, oh, it's not illegal to do that. That's our religion, But no, we're going to reframe things because they fucked with language to make it, to give themselves these loopholes in the first place. We're going to change the language and we're going to start defining things differently. Like I said, it's going to be considered, when you get together with your coven to practice your religion and set intentions, no. That's going to be considered a private meeting of more than one person that gets together to plan premeditated crime. That's what it's going to be considered. It's going to be considered a conspiracy, premeditated crime, and the penalties are going to be much higher. All right. This is what we are working on for our service collective. And in order to be able to bring this, we have suffered 7 years of shocking abuse. Okay, I'm trying to get it across how fucking serious this shit is. This is serious. No more Mr. Nice Lady. Okay?
See, they took your kindness for weakness. They thought, oh, we can love bomb her and then we can take everything she has. Oh, she's just a single woman. She's all alone. Maybe if we doctor up some life insurance papers and make ourselves the beneficiaries, if we bring her a plate at the holiday that's laced with rat poison, we can collect. Nobody will ever know. I didn't come here for that. I didn't come here for that. Okay? You about to find out. This is the end of the cycle. Right now, things are wrapping up. 5656 on the clock just now when I looked out. This is kind of long. I'm going to wrap it up. I think I'm going to call this video the Tort of Outrage. Yeah, I think someone's already been working on my case. In addition to all the spell work that's being done on me right now because it's a full moon, I'm sure they're out there doing that still. But I think someone's been working on my case to help me in the background. And maybe you too, I hope so, for you two collective, yeah. They're about to bring you something. Maybe an apology, I don't know. But I told you, I got the kickoff started. You saw that Knight of Swords. When I gave that body cam statement off the record, it was like, da 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 da, charge! Yeah, see, these people have been fucking holding back. They didn't want this to happen. They didn't want to have to go through this. They waited too long. They've been sitting on it. People knew what was going on with me. And they didn't try to help me. There's going to be people that get in trouble for that too, I think. Okay, all right, here we have the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely, definitely. I just published a whole video about that. Windmills of Change. This card featured prominently in that reading. Okay. Something has been kicked off. The ball is rolling, the wheel is turning, the cycle is over. Collective, you're being guided out of there, out of that hell finally, that you made so many sacrifices, you know. So many. Yes, they intended to sacrifice you, but they never realized that you viewed it as making sacrifices for the greater good, you know. I mean, now that sounds like Masonic talk, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm from a family of them. I'm one of the ones with integrity. You decided to bust my balls, and so I said, no. Woo! I think that's perfect to end this on this note, collective. We're having a big victory. I'm seeing, it might be in February. It might really be at that State of the Union address. I don't know. We don't know yet who's the new president's going to be. Let's take one more for that. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting, whoever wins, there's going to be a lot of people who don't like it. Because our politics right now are so deeply polarized. So here's just hoping for good resolution on this. Wish me luck, because I'm still all alone here, collective. Still no one has talked to me. No one has read me in. No one has brought me any money. No one has told me what happened to my parents last fall. They both disappeared. No one has extended a helping hand to me still, except for one person at jury duty who, when I somehow let it slip that I needed money, she was reached in her purse and gave me $40 cash right on the spot. And this was a really nice person who I had already been talking to in there when you have to wait around when you're on jury duty and you start talking to the person next to you. Well, it turns out she was from my same town, Denver. We started talking about Denver, growing up in Denver. She was about my age too. This lady, the $40 this lady gave me saved me from crashing and burning. Really. That and my $33 check. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of going through this shit. I'm sorry, Collective. Thank you for coming, and thank you for listening to my story.